Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we're gonna make an app. Yes, a really awesome app. It's a very cool app that will determine whether you are a cat or a dog person. So as you can see here, this is what we're going to be building. In this case, it will ask you, are you afraid of canines? If you say yes, you can say yes or no. I said yes here. So no or yes, yes. And it will say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you around felines? And then you can slide here. You can see a seek bar, left and right. And then it asks which ones are the cutest here. You can select all of them or just the one you think is cutest. In this case, I'm going to say dog, for instance. And then, are you okay with creatures that drool? I said yes. And if you say show result, the app will then compute everything and give you a result. In this case, says you are a dog person. Very exciting. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and open up our Android Studio. So under Studio, we're going to go and say File, New Project. I'm going to call this Dog or Cat Person. Go next, next, blank, go next. That's all good. And as usual, Android Studio is creating our project. Alright, Android Studio has made our project here. Let's go ahead and adjust things. And as usual, you probably know this already. We're going to delete our hello world because we don't need it. Right click and delete. Perfect, as usual again. You're probably getting the hang of this. Let's go ahead and create and give it a color of our background here. So go color. What should we have this time? That looks good. That's fine. Okay. Alright. So the idea again is to have, here we're going to have all of our questions that the user is going to select, say yes or no, or slide the seek bar, and then we're going to have a result button here at the bottom. So let's go ahead. So we have our background here, and we're going to go ahead and put in here a scroll view. So let's do all of this in code, at least the scroll view. So go ahead and say scroll view, capital scroll view. There we go. Let's give it a layout width. Let's say it's going to be 240 dp wide, and we're going to make the height be 400 dp. Okay, let's go ahead and open up here. Perfect. And while we're here, let's say the background, we're going to give a color, and then it will give us this square here. Click on that. Okay, and brings up our choose color picker here. And what color should we use? That's fine. Alright, perfect. So then let's go make sure, let's give it a little bit of margin at top. So let's say margin top, 34 dp, layout horizontal, let's say true. Let's take a look just to make sure we have things. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's make our width a little bit bigger. Let's say 320. Save and look. Okay, much better. Okay, so inside here we're going to put our questions and everything. So let's go ahead. The first thing we're going to do before we do that, the scroll view has to have a container inside of it. In this case, we're going to put a linear layout. So say linear layout. We're going to say wrap content and wrap content. Put it center, so layout gravity, and make it center. Horizontal. Save that. Let's make sure our layout orientation, our linear layout orientation is vertical because we want things to be vertically aligned. Usually when you put a linear layout on the screen, the default is horizontal, so we want it to be vertical. So we say orientation, we want to make it vertical. Excellent. Now inside of our linear layout, which is inside our scroll view, that's when we put all of our text views and everything else. So the first thing we're going to put is a text view. Alright, let's go ahead and put a text view here. So wrap content, no need for ID because we're not going to be referring to it. And let's give it a text. And we're going to say at string. And then I think we name it text, canine text. That's what we have put here in our strings. You can see canine text very well. And let's save this. Let's take a look and see where that is. Okay, it's down here. We want it to be up here. Let's keep going and putting other elements into our view here. So after that, let's go ahead and put a radio group, which will hold all of our radio buttons. Radio group. So it's going to be wrap content, and let's give it an ID. Let's go radio group K9. Let's also layout center horizontal to be false. Okay, and now here inside of our radio group, we're going to start putting our radio buttons. So radio 1 is going to be wrap content. It's at the top here. Let's say ID. This ID is going to be for our radio button that says no. So we're going to call radio K9 no. Let's give it text at string. Going to call it K9. This is just no text because we're going to use it in other places too. So let's create here string name. Let's go no text. It's going to say no. All right. Go back. Excellent. Let's create another one. So radio button, wrap content. So the ID, it's going to be radio K9 yes. Okay. And of course, text, it's going to be from the strings. And it's going to be called yes text. Save that. Let's go to our strings, copy it, and so we don't have to type. So say yes text. Of course, we say yes. That's great. Save that, go back, and there it is. Great. So we're done with our radio button here. So let's save and see how things look like. All right. So they're looking okay, but okay. So now let's go ahead and create a second question area, which will be on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you around felines? All right, so what we're going to say here, we're going to put it to another text view. Wrap content, and this one we're going to have a padding. Give it a little padding here, general padding of 10 dp. Let's give text, of course. Text, let's call, it's going to be strings. I'm going to call it scale text. Save that. Let's go create our scale text here. So string name is going to scale text. It's going to say on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you around felines? Perfect. Let's go back. Let's save this. Let's see our design. Perfect. It's there. As you can see, things are moving up, which is a good thing. All right, let's go back here and add another one here. Another element. Actually going to be our seek bar. So seek bar, let's give it a width of 230 dp, and height is going to be wrap content. That's fine. Let's give it an ID of seek bar feline. That's great. Let's give it a maximum of 10. So max 10. Layout gravity. Let's give it a center horizontal. Let's give it text. We have a text view here at the bottom, which will show the progress as we move left to right on our seek bar. So wrap content. ID, of course. What's new? It's gonna seek bar progress text view. Rather long ID, but it's always a good idea to have descriptive IDs. Let's give a text here. So text, add string. I'm gonna call default seek bar text. All right, so let's create a new one here. String default seek bar text. And what's that gonna have inside? I'm gonna say comfortableness, colon, I'm gonna say 0 out of 10. So this is what's gonna show before users start using sliding left or right on our seek bar. All right, so we got that. Let's put a little bit of padding here. Let's use a padding bottom, actually. It's gonna give a at 20 dp, so there's a little space at the bottom, padding. And layout gravity again, let's say center horizontal, and that's good. Let's take a look. All right, looking good, guys, looking really good. So the center is very good. All right, let's go back, and now we're gonna go ahead and create another text view here. So text view, of course, wrap content. Let's give it padding of about 10 dp. It's fine. Let's give it text as strings. We haven't created a strings. We're gonna be cutest text. We haven't created that yet. Let's say here cutest text. So we're gonna say which ones are the cutest. Save. Go back. Below here we're going to have our checkboxes. So checkbox, wrap content. This first one, I'm going to give an ID. Going to give it a checkbox, cutest dog. I'm going to give it a text, again, add strings. Going to call this dog title. Let's go to our strings again, dog title. Dog. While we're here, let's go and create three more, because we know we need 3 more for cat and parrot. So we're gonna call this cat title. Oops, speak dog here, not do. It's gonna be cat. Let's go ahead and say parrot. Parrot. Perfect. Save that. Go back to our activity main XML there. Okay, which means we're going to do the same thing. So copy this, paste 3 times. Let's change. So the first one was dog, the second one is going to be cat, and the last one is going to be parrot. Excellent. Now this last one here, we're going to give a padding bottom, so that whatever comes at the bottom, there's a little bit of space there. So let's give it a padding of 20 dp. Why not? All right, save that. Let's take a look. All right, look at that. It's looking really good. So we have it's all showing dog, of course, because we haven't changed the actual text. So in this case, it's going to be parrot title here. Okay, the next one is going to be cat. So if you save this and design again, all right, looking good. Let's go ahead and finalize our UI here. Let's go back to text here. Okay, we got our check boxes. Our final is going to be another radio group, but before that, we're going to have a text view. We're going to have our question, text view. All right, so wrap content, text, say add string, drool text. Okay, here we're going to create our string name. It's going to be drool text. Excellent. So the question is going to be, are you okay with creatures that drool? Save. You should see there. Let's go ahead and create our radio group here. Radio group, and let's give it an ID. So radio group drool. Save that. Now inside here, we're going to create our radio button. So radio button. So wrap content. So ID. Let's say radio button drool no. Let's give it a text. Text is going to be at string. It's going to be no text. There it is. Going to do the same thing here. Just copy this and paste here. Of course, there's going to be drool yes. All right, so text here, and let's take a look just to make sure things are looking as we want them to look. Look at save this. Look at the design. All right, it's looking good. Since this is a scroll view, obviously we will be able to scroll up and down if whatever it's below, it's not being shown. All right, so that's good. Let's finalize and add a button here at the bottom. Go back here. So outside our scroll view, we're going to put a button here. So say button, and it's going to be wrap content. What's new? And let's give an ID, of course, so we're able to refer to it. Our ID is going to be show results. Let's make sure it's below our scroll view. So let's say below layout here, ID, it's going to be our scroll view. It's going to say scroll view because that was the ID of this scroll view here at the top. Let's take a look. Scroll view, it's had ID of scroll view. Excellent. So this guarantees that every time this button will always be below this scroll view here, which is what we want. Let's also go ahead and center things here. Let's say layout. Let's put layout center horizontal to be true. There we go. Let's see our button. There it is. There's no text, no title. All right, let's change that. Let's say text. I'm going to call it button title. Go to string. So button title. I'm going to call it show results. Save that. Come back here and go to design. There we go, show results. Excellent. Good job. We have one more screen to create. We will do so in the next video, where we're going to make the show results screen, where it's going to show the result whether you are a cat or a dog person, and we will do that in the next video.